thing coming from man like Charles Niyama Mesa, aka Shatta Wale. This is called Made in Ghana. And I believe you guys know what this song seeks to achieve. Talking about what you have to do as a Ghanaian to protect our heritage. So you also have to believe in Ghana. Now, Shatta Wale has been in the news for the past days for some good reasons. The fact that we are gathering information that he has been featured in one of our creative arts books for basic 4 children, or better still, basic 4 students. I don't know, guys, if you have seen maybe copies or you've seen a portion of that book. Nee, have you seen something?
Yeah.
What did you see, and what do you make of it?
For me, I think it's a beautiful thing to happen to the creative arts, in the sense that, Sammy, Charlie, being the creative arts, it's not every parent or every quote-unquote old folk really enjoys seeing their son or their grandson or their relative venturing into
this trade,
into that field. So whenever any of us in any way or whichever form finds him or herself in a certain space that draws attention to attention of the whole nation, then the world, to him or herself, I find it very, very beautiful. Because you see, I remember sometimes when back in the days they would ask you that, Charlie, you ask your mommy or poppy, your son, what's your son doing? He said, and you now, Brasa, you know, be easy.
And you now,
son, you know, be easy.
And that sounds so negative. And you now,
you know, be easy. But right now, when they are saying sad stuff, they can relate it to certain things. I know that. Even football. Back in the day, if you are playing football, you go play soccer camp now, the beatings where you go claim. But right now, Brasa, as we speak,
there is respect in that field as well.
Because Charlie money day in body and things. So when these things happen, it puts a certain kind of respect to us. So when we are venturing into it, we
go in with all the confidence,
supports and all that. Yeah. So for me, it's a beautiful thing to happen to happen to us.
Okay. Okay. Let me go on to Edem Techome. Adam, get closer and let's talk about this. Have you also seen it? Yeah. Okay, so a story on Ghana Web also captured it. It says Shatta Wale featured in GES approved creative arts textbook. And in this book, we've seen what they wrote about Shatta Wale. Not very bad at all. And interestingly, this morning I called my wife to confirm if the book is in the market already. And she told me, yes, the book is there. I've asked her to bring one copy to me so I can read every detail in there. I realized that she sent me some snapshot of the book. And I realized it was not only Shatta Wale who was featured in the book. We also had some of our veteran musicians were also captured in there. But for the news, Shatta Wale is the only person enjoying the news in that. So I'll get a book maybe tomorrow or some other day, and we will go deeper into what was written. But then I hear a portion of the book wrote about Shatta Wale's biography. And let me see if I can read something small I have seen here. It says Shatta Wale is a Ghanaian reggae dancehall musician. His real name is Charles Niyama Mesa Jr. He was born on October 17th, 1984. I don't know how they got the 1984 though, because that thing is still a hard thing to get. He is known by his stage name Shatta Wale, formerly Bandana. His best known song is Dancehall King. And it says the following are some titles of some of his music videos. And they brought in My Level, Gringo, Bulletproof, Nobody Go Talk. Is it Waiting or So? Are You Taking Over? Chroma Eshe, Town Make Hot, and Kakai. And there is a practice after reading. Now, when it comes to basic books, there is a practice after reading. And this practice here says, sing and dance to one of Shatta Wale's popular songs. You say what?
That side will kill me, Charlie.
That was killing.
I tell you.
Yeah, so that is practice number 4.
Yeah.
sing and dance to Shatta Wale's popular songs. Wow. But when I get home, I'll teach my children this book. And I'll let them do the practice. I'll just find out which song they will sing. Okay. So what are you also telling us, Adam?
Well, for me, I think it is good. You know, when I realized that there was kind of sort of twist happening in our basic school where creative arts was introduced into their course outline and being taught, I saw it as a good thing, because what will eventually happen is that it will, you know, energize the base to make the kids know that, okay, there is this path I can take, because it's like now it's been structured in a way to help them. Because when we were growing, we were in school, we used to sing, we used to do all of these things, but there was not a conscious effort to formalize it, and I think that is being done now, and that is a good thing, because every profession in this world needs that young base where they can still train and groom young people to take up, because certainly certain people will leave the scene, and this is a good thing. When we talk about celebrating our heroes, these are some of the ways, you know. When we all read about Yasantua, we've read about the Big Sis, this is a celebration. So I think it is a way of celebrating our people, and like the way we've not forgotten the histories, among other things we learned in school, this is what will happen to these kids. They would not forget these things. It will be, printed in their minds for a very long time, and through some of these things, some of them can aspire to become greater than even Shatta Wale they are singing in the books. For me, it is good for the art sector, and I think it is welcome.
So what does it mean that in Ghana, if or better still, let me put it this way, does it mean that in Ghana, if you are talking about that artist who is being recognized by the state, it is Shatta Wale, or we can only say this came from an author's point of view? Yeah,
like you said in the book, it is creative art, and creative art has certain faces. Creative art is not limited to music. There is the poetry, there is those authors, there are designers, there are fashion,
movie makers, and all that.
So like you said, there are a lot of other artists in the book, but maybe due to the personal or idiosyncrasies of the journalist or the writer, he decided to throw the spotlight on only Shatta Wale. But
then it has been approved by the GES.
Of
because
course.
The GES wouldn't sit down for you to put out wrong information.
Yeah.
Because this information will go a long way to inform children in this country, especially those in the school going age.
Yeah.
So if you write something and after going through they realize that no, this is a misinformation, they will not approve it. So if they also read through and approve that Shatta Wale should be captured there alongside the greats, let me read some of the mentions, some of the names. The photo my wife sent to me, I saw. Let me see. I'm coming. If they will approve that, then it's okay. So here, I have seen Ephraim Amu. Unfortunately, she did not give me the full page. So I said, okay, it says some Ghanaian performing artist. That is what has been written under it. I've seen Ephraim Amu. I've seen Ajako Nimo. I've seen Kwadwo Entry, Grace Omabo, Atukwe Okan, and number 6 is Shatta Wale. You understand?
If you look carefully, it looks like what the author did was that he or she tried his or her best to go through so many generations. Of great performers.
Okay.
You understand? So he tried this generation, that generation in different forms of art, and landed on Shatta Wale.
So in essence, in our generation, the writer, in collaboration with the GES, they approve of Shatta Wale as the man to go with.
Same way they approve of
Ephraim Amu.
Exactly. That in his generation, he's one of them. One of the greats. You understand? So Shatta is also one of the greats in our generation. So I think it's just beautiful.
Okay.
I think it's in all it's a good thing, because creative art helps to unlock the potential. Over the weekend I was in the Eastern region, and one of my sisters, Kafui, is a teacher.
Okay.
And one of these small boys, our fascifo, they were in the room misbehaving and one of our aunties wanted to tell them to be serious, and she came and said, oh, they allow them because now they are teaching creative art is part of the curriculum, and the children are to be allowed to unearth their creating potential through some of these things. So I think it is good for the sector because it will bring in a lot of breeze for the future.
Okay, let me come to Sammy Rasta. Pia, who is my friend, a marketing person, says, Sammy, I remember Shatta's mother said his son will be studied in schools one day. Is that a prophecy manifesting? Well, maybe. Good morning to you, Akan, of former rough and smooth fame. Okay, Sammy, how do you also see this? The good, the bad, and in this?
Sammy, it's a very good thing. Me personally, your experience with Parental, will be in the creative arts. Yes, I was a footballer. Yeah. Not me bobo pa, but because my father is a teacher. I was a striker.
Goes.
Sammy, I don't want us to talk more about it. Those who know me. What I say? What I'm
that
talking
aspect
about.
Of you, yeah.
But my father was a teacher. A teacher, he believes says there. Now me call me be a lawyer, now doctor, and whatever. So it became a very difficult thing for me, where or stopping me from football. And my teachers being smart, making me a sports prefect. Still, also my mobile.
Wow.
So I mean, after SS, I decided to say I will still be in the creative arts because now acting. Now I wanted to do more of acting, and this became a problem. So all this, you say the parents think that, oh, I say we see there now be a lawyer, be a doctor, and Kwansani Ajiwatum. Say you are
society, yeah.
Yes. It took Miracle Films to sit down my father and told him that allow your son. There won't mono nye koshe school nisua there. You are a teacher, fine. And that's why Miracle is somebody that I really respect. And this thing will go a long way to help talent. And yeah, obia na be doctor, and obia na be lawyer. Said the AC hunun. And your manner yet to say a non-professional, like as will be a school no or lawyer, and you are not a respected idea. And painfully be who say, oh, and then the chesa will ba or dimu.
But that is the truth.
What is the truth? Sammy, what are you saying?
Let's enter a hall. Let's introduce one as a lawyer. Let's introduce one as a musician. Who will have that weight?
That is why this is important.
Break the jinx.
After the introduction, let's see who everybody will be clamoring to take photographs with.
Wait, if you said doctor.
Oh, so you guys are glorifying your photograph. Okay.
And this will go a long way to help talent. I'm praying, say, the current government will not disappoint the creative arts a year school now. Almost say, be seen so I can't disappointment. So multimedia no so a bar. It will help because this creative arts now most of the countries are using their creative to sell the country, to make money,
develop the country and all that.
And it's very good thing. Other musicians who say selective with Shatta Wale, at least she's one of the best.
I see. Thank you, Sammy Rasta. Let me go on to Chris.
So,
yes, Chris. What do you also think about this Shatta's inclusion?
From my point of view, I agree with Sammy Rasta because the whole thing they say this is the reason why the unemployment rate in Ghana is very high, because obi school about be a lawyer, doctor, teacher, and at the end of the day in the schools in the north, who are you going to employ? Obe then when you're Jumaye. And another thing they say, ama say school what matters to you instead of studying, say adeɛ na wusua no benya bibi from it to start something on your own. From what your parents told you as you were a kid, it makes you feel say it was some suya de send be menya adwumaye. So it's more like chew and pour. Oh, suya no akɔtwerɛ exams pass. So after exams there is nothing here. So the whole thing is since we introduce this, it makes me feel say right now no you who say any school I'm not saying say school isn't good, but right now any school any the only way out. So right now we know say the creative art too is a way out, because there are people out there making a whole lot of money out like from the creative art industry. So if we are to build these youngsters now, omu use obiti say Shatta Wale, and like sincerely speaking, he has done a lot. Inti akrani nyini no reading from the book, no say research about the person. He's someone that the kid would want to be like. So that's what I have to say about this.
Okay, thank you. So yes, briefly.
Quickly, I just wanted to say that all of us we can be good at many things, but we are best at only one thing. You understand? And these things are very essential. When you look at what the Western world are doing, what they're doing is that they expose their children to a lot of things. So as the child is growing, the child knows that I am good here, I am good there. Then the mother or the father drives the child towards that line. So if these things are being introduced and opening our children up, what's going to happen is that they're going to discover these little things earlier in their lives. Not that after SS or after university, you're not realizing that I can sew, I can do this, I can do that. They are not going to start. Why are you going to start from? And all that, you understand? So in fact, some few days ago, I saw my daughter doing clay with trying to do flower pots and all that. Immediately I saw her, I wanted to get angry. Then I stopped. And I was like, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm doing flower pot." I said, "Okay, when you finish, come and show it to me." Okay, you understand? I wanted to get angry. Then I stopped. I was like, "Okay, she's trying to create something. Let me leave her to create." You understand? If these things are introduced in our schools, you never know.
I see. All right. So great input coming from my people here. What do you also think about it? The fact that Shatta Wale has been captured among some greats in our creative art space, and some of the great names here: Ephraim Amu, Amit Dokno, Atukwe Okain, Ajako Nimo, Kwejo Anchi, and Shatta Wale has also been captured here. What does it mean to you? I know some people are talking about politics. I know some people who have the view that, okay, this is a Shatta's way of doing politics with some people in government and all that. But then the guy has also worked hard. He has worked hard in our music industry. If we are talking about that guy who has brought revolution, Shatta Wale is one of them. So can we argue much? We can't.